Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And this is the book that I'll be sharing from, Unleashing Buddhanature, Personal Accounts by Those Touched and Reformed through the teachings of His Eminence the 25th Sam Rinpoche. Today I'll be reading on Stepping Out of Logic. This is by Irene Lim, her account and on her experience with Rinpoche. And let me share a picture with you. There you go. This is Irene Lim. It's page 56, Stepping Out of Logic, Irene Lim. This is a short description of her. One of His Eminence, the 25th Sam Rinpoche's most senior students, Irene Lim, was a banker. Irene is the founder of Kechara Oasis, a vegetarian restaurant conceptualized by Rinpoche, which has since expanded into 2 successful outlets. Here's her personal account. If you have been on a strict diet or working out at the gym for a whole year with no visible results, wouldn't you feel so frustrated that you would want to quit? This same frustration was what I felt in 1992. I had received tantric initiations from a guru a year ago and had been practicing the sadhana daily, but I still felt spiritually stunted. I was disappointed at my lack of development. My motivation for doing the sadhana ebbed away. Yet something in me didn't want to give up. I kept my eyes open for a teacher who could point me in the right direction. Lamas came and went in the Buddhist center that I attended, but none of them quelled my frustrations. Then, one day, a Tibetan Lama I had never met joined us. When I saw him, I raised my brows, thinking, who is this scrawny young kid? I was used to meeting lamas who were older than I was, but this monk was in his early 20s. When the young lama spoke, though, I was hooked. My mind reverberated with his teachings, delivered in a clear voice that woke me like a bell. The words that came out of his mouth made perfect sense. I found out that he was no ordinary Lama, but a highly attained one, known as His Eminence the 25th Sam Rinpoche. After his talk, we were queuing up to receive his blessings. Suddenly, he yelled at a girl across the room to come to him. The girl's facial expression was twisted and her tongue was sticking out. It was as if the fiendish teenager in the movie, The Exorcist, was sitting in front of us. This girl, we knew, had been possessed by spirits for the past 4 years. Her mother had desperately sought both medical and religious help, but to no avail. When Rinpoche summoned the girl to him, she would not budge, so he got up and walked towards her with a blessed protector string in hand. Putting the string around her neck, Rinpoche tugged the girl towards him. As soon as he did that, all the lights in the Dharma center went out with a loud pop. We sat in complete darkness, shocked and frozen. Then we heard the girl retching violently. We scrambled to back away, unsure of what was coming out of her. Rinpoche started praying. As he chanted, the lights came back on. The girl was still, with a mess of vomit in front of her. The next day, we asked the girl's mother if her daughter was all right. She replied yes. Her daughter was completely cured. I was stunned for a different reason. I could not forget the prayer that Rinpoche used to heal the girl. It was the same one that I was doing. It hit me that this was the guru that I was looking for to answer all my questions about my spiritual progress and sadhana practices. Unfortunately, when I tried to seek him out, I learned that he had already packed and left for another state. For the next 2 months, I tried to track Rinpoche down. Serendipitously, My friend called me to ask if I had a particular recording of a Dharma teaching. A visiting Tibetan High Lama was looking to borrow it. The Lama was Rinpoche. I told my friend that I had the tape and that I wanted to meet the Lama. An audience with Rinpoche was soon arranged. When I finally got to sit down with Rinpoche, he gave me a Dharma teaching. To my surprise, his teaching answered everything I was dying to ask, even before I had popped those questions. Was he able to read minds? Don't be ridiculous, I told myself. It was all just a coincidence. I would have continued to doubt him, had he not given me a glimpse of what my spiritual goal, achieving the highest form of Yoga Tantra, was truly like. You see, higher Yoga Tantra practices give one the ability to control or diminish the gross mind so that the subtle mind can surface. The gross mind is the daily stream of logical reasoning, thoughts, and feelings that we are well aware of. The subtle mind, on the other hand, is what is known as consciousness. This is where all our positive and negative karma gets imprinted. The subtle mind is the part of us that gets reincarnated when our body dies. Without touching me, Rinpoche triggered my chakra points and sent me into a meditation mode. In effect, he proved to me that we could gain mastery over our subtle mind and embrace the wisdom energy within us, the fruit of tantric practice. Throughout the rest of the day, I was walking around like a zombie with flashes of hallucination. I would hear my subtle mind debating Dharma concepts with my gross or logical mind. It felt like my inner wisdom was unlocking. In other words, the outer guru, Rinpoche, had awakened my inner guru. The problem was that I could not focus on my work while my two minds debated with each other. I was working in a bank and my job required my full attention at all times. On top of that, I was tasked to organize a trip for some business partners visiting from London. I complained to Rinpoche about the hallucinations that were affecting my ability to work. Rinpoche told me not to worry. I would be fine after 2 weeks. So I had to go about my daily tasks while only being half aware of my actions. I was worried that I would not get away with it, but somehow everything fell into place. I was given extra help, and on many occasions, I actually knew what my colleagues needed before they even asked me. They were baffled by my clairvoyance. After 2 weeks, true to Rinpoche's words, I no longer hear my subtle mind debating with my gross mind. Things seem to have gone back to normal, but for me, life had taken a huge turn. Okay, I will stop there, even though it was quite short, because okay, never mind, I'll continue on a little bit. The taste of the inner wisdom that higher yoga tantric practices can unlock was exactly what I needed. My frustrations with my spiritual progress gave way to a fervent resolution to attain what Rinpoche had shown me, and I was practicing my sadhana with refreshed enthusiasm. I was very grateful for the precious experience. When Rinpoche went back to his monastery in India, he had yet to relocate to Malaysia at that time. I helped him raise funds for his Ladrang office, schools, orphanages, and other charities while still holding my banking position. And this, I will stop here. So do join me when I continue with her story in my next session. And as you can see, as she shared, Rinpoche is a very highly attained person, and he is able to help her, see the potential of her spirituality and her practices, and also gave her, new encouragement to and motivation to continue with her practice, to understand what she could achieve, So that is also what a guru does. And so thank you for joining me, and do come and join me again when she continues on with her sharing. So now we do a completion dedication in English. May the precious body mind, where it is born, not born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. May the precious emptiness, where it is not born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. May this merit accumulated by myself and others beneficially serve all sentient beings and the Buddha Dharma, and especially may the essential teachings of the unerring Master Tsongkhapa become clear and enduring. In all my rebirths may I not be parted from perfect gurus. Let me enjoy the abundance of the Dharma. Perfecting the quality stages and paths, may I quickly attain the rank of Vajradhara Buddha. By this virtue may I quickly realize Guru Buddhahood and transfer each sentient being into that enlightened state. May all conducive conditions arise and all obstacles be pacified, in order to increase infinitely the doctrine of the spiritual king Tsongkhapa. By the merits of the 3 times of myself and others, may the doctrine of Lama Tsongkhapa blaze forever. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the 3 jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the paths of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. May the holy teachers have long lives. May the enlightened activities be fully displayed in the 10 directions, and may the brightness of the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa continuously dissipate the veil of darkness covering the beings of the 3 realms. In this land encircled by snow mountains, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in this life until samsara's end. Whom grant me here and now appropriate attainments without exception. Grant increase of the entourage and teachings and wealth, O mighty Shukden. Thank you for joining me, and please do join me for my next session. It will be very interesting.